Developing from the News Now desk, we have learned that people in a Madison home woke up early this morning to a stranger in their bedroom covered in blood. That's according to Madison police. The man said he had been shot and had jumped out of a window to save himself. He then grabbed a lamp off of the nightstand and ran. When police arrived, they eventually found that man hiding in the basement. He had not been shot, and police say the wounds on his hands were probably from a glass window he broke to get into the home. Officers also learned that the man lives at a transitional housing facility nearby and had made some paranoid statements earlier that evening. Police took this man to jail for burglary, trespassing, and drug paraphernalia. No one else was hurt.
Coming up next year.